Good afternoon. This is Uni Aries bringing Scorpio, their end of March 2019 reading. So let's get started, shall we? Now, laid out 10 cards here. Just show you real quick. Whoa, why is it? Uh, okay, looks kind of better. So these are all your cards here. 10 cards laid out. Alright, so let's get started, shall we? Let me just set up the cards here. Alright, so for your first cards, we got. Why is it so blurry? So, okay. We got 6, the Lover's Ultimatum. So when I see this card, you think of two lovers, right? Perhaps you're making that ultimatum, that choice, and if you want to dedicate all your time to this lover, perhaps you have strong feelings for them. Also, when I think of this card, I think of a choice, maybe between two people that you don't know. Maybe it could be a choice. I'd say a choice between two lovers, maybe, or there could be multiple love offers, and you don't know which one to pick. Maybe you have chemistry with all of them, and you just don't know what choice to make. You know. So when I see that card, that's what I think about, Scorpio. Now, let's go to your next card. 6 of Cups, memories. So when I see this card, I think of looking back um, at previous memories, maybe reminiscing. Maybe you're having deja vu moments, looking back at memories or something like that. But also, um, with this card could be future memories being made, to replace maybe hardships you've been through before. You know, when I see that card, that's what I think about. So that's pretty cool so far. So now let's go to the next card, shall we? Your next card is One of Swords, intellect. So you have that knowledge, you're gaining knowledge, you're learning new things, Scorpio, and it's making you have that intellect, that intelligence, and it's making you more wise and easier to make better choices in life, perhaps, because you have that intellect and that intelligence. You know what I mean? So when I see that card, that's what I think about. All right, which is very, very good. Also, when I look at this card, you know, it kind of looks like, for some reason, that reminds me of like a dinosaur. So it's like learning about the past, you know, like history and stuff like that. So when I see that, that's what I think about. So let's go to your next card. 11, the Justice, equality. So when I see this card, it's about understanding differences, like how we have the witch and the princess. Like, how in movies the witch is always trying to do wickedness, you know, and then the princess or the queen tends to be very pure. So it's two sides, darkness and light kind of thing, um, coming to an understanding, evil and good. So when I see that with this card, especially with the lovers, um, perhaps this is telling you to be smart on who you pick, you know, and like let the past memories you've been through, just let it fade and make new memories now. Okay. And then with this equality card, I think of, maybe you're trying to understand this lover's differences, and, kind of embracing it, and, accepting it. It's all about acceptance with equality, and you know, treating people fairly, no matter what their race is, their gender, their background, anything like that. You always have to treat them with equal respect. So that's what I see when I see that card. All right. Now for your next card, 9 of Swords, anxiety. So you're feeling anxious. You're feeling, you know, perhaps you're, anxious about this new relationship in your life, perhaps. And, you don't know where to start. Perhaps you don't want things to fall apart. Maybe like the past. Maybe you've been through heartache and you don't want that to happen. So you're feeling anxiety because you don't want that to happen again, perhaps. All right. Or maybe it's anxiety with school, could be anxiety with um, maybe at home, your parents, or things like that. Maybe it's making you feel that anxiety. It's making you feel kind of scared and have those fears creeping in. All right. Now for your next card, got 14, the temperance, moderation. So when I see this card, I think of, you know, don't overdo things. Um, Take things one step at a time. You know, it's like it's probably a bad example, but it's like drinking, like this girl is. You drink too much, you get drunk, you throw up, stuff like that. All right, you feel sick. And then you wake up and then you regret it because you have the headache, the hangover, right? See, but if you drink and you drink in moderation, maybe a little bit, you won't suffer from all those negative effects. You know, it's like life. You don't want to overdo stuff. Okay, and stress yourself out. You want to kind of just go with the flow and, you know, work at your best ability, but don't work too hard because then that causes stress in your life. All right, this could be with school. Don't overdo school, or don't, you know, overdo trying to make friends, or don't overdo, you know, seeking love. Let love find you. Okay, that's what I see when I see this card. All right. Now for your next card, we got the Five of Pentacles, poverty. So perhaps you're living in poverty right now, or you know, perhaps because when I see this card, you see the vultures and you see the girl picking through, you know, and the environment's very toxic, you know, and it's not the environment that's meant for you. Like with this girl with with the gas mask on, the environment's very toxic and pollution is everywhere, and you know, even got here death, you know, so it's not a when I see this card, I think of it, it's killing you to be in this living situation that you're in. Okay, perhaps it's hindering you a lot. Okay, when I see that card, that's what I think about. All right, Scorpio. Now let's go to your next one. Three of Cups, celebration. So there's a celebration here. Okay, now when I see this card, maybe, you know, this could be a celebration to get out. Like maybe, perhaps you've gotten out of this poverty state you were in, and now there's a celebration here. Okay, perhaps you've made yourself. Maybe you had to cut some losses. You know, cut some friends out that were toxic in your life. Maybe cut some family members who were toxic in your life, and you were able to get out of that negative energy zone. And now look at that. There's a celebration here for you. All right. Very, very good. You know, you're celebrating being free and feeling better with your life. You know what I mean, Scorpio? So let's go back. Let's go to your second last card, the ninth card. And this is, sorry, uh, 15, the habit. Okay, dependency. So maybe you have a new lover and you have to depend on him. Maybe he has to pull his weight, you know, for bills and stuff like that. You're depending on him like he's depending on you. Um, or with this card, perhaps you're depending on someone in a bad way. Um, but because the celebration is there, I highly, highly doubt you're depending on him in a bad way. It's more towards a good way. Um, maybe you're just depending on him to do his roles in the relationship, or you're depending on maybe, um, you know, depending on work to give you stable hours for money. Stuff like that. Maybe you're depending on. All right. So let's go to your last card. Three of Wands, patience. So this card is telling you to be patient. Don't throw yourself and jump at things so fast. Just think and vigilantly. That's probably a better way to put it. And have patience because things in life, it looks like it is going to go very, very well for you. All right. Now, that's what I think of when it comes to this card. Now, looking back at your reading here, um, now what are you being patient about? I mean, it might be being patient when you're trying to get out of that poverty because the celebration is here. Okay. Or maybe it's to be patient about this person that you're depending on. Okay. It could be actually, yeah, it could be patience with someone you're depending on. And, I think that's pretty good. All right, Scorpio. This is a really good reading. All right. All right, Scorpio. Thank you for watching. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.